My name is Josh. I'm an attorney licensed in multiple states. Let's go to the footage. The man who was originally being arrested had something of a mental breakdown. And you see here, he was running from the police, running through red lights, causing accidents. Before the cops arrived on the scene, he had hit multiple vehicles. They said on purpose. So this is a man who is extremely dangerous, extremely deranged, and he's running from the police. There's always a difficult decision for police officers here. Do you pursue or disengage in a high-speed chase? Here you're going to see an officer expertly execute the pit maneuver. He's going to hit the car from the behind, spinning it out. Then the officers swarm the car, guns drawn, not knowing what to expect. This guy could be armed. This guy could be extremely dangerous.
Cuffs. Get your hands up! Hands up! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move!
This is a felony stop, and the officers are completely justified drawing their weapons. A vehicle is a deadly weapon when used incorrectly, and the suspect here had already demonstrated that he had no concern for loss of life.
Don't move! You got him?
Hands up the car! Hands up!
Got me? Out of the vehicle! Out of the vehicle! Out of the vehicle!
On the ground!
What's going on? I got you! I got you!
Officers' jobs are so hard. There's so many body cam footages that I have gone through where someone had just committed murder or someone had just committed a robbery, and yet their hands are up like, oh, I didn't know. I'm confused. When you're an officer, you never know when the person that you're dealing with is about to engage in deadly behavior, and that's exactly what happens next.
Gotcha! Dude!
Get out on the ground.
Hands behind your back!
I didn't see
Behind your back!
The officers pat down the man. They don't find any weapons on him, but he is wearing a holster. And he's escorted to the back of a squad car. And I'm going to point out several things. One, I want you to look at the trunk. The trunk is up, and it's partially obstructing vision into the back of the squad car. This is a series of things that were accidents that happened that caused this loss of life.
Hey, sit in the car. Take your take your shoes off. Take your shoes off.
Now, I'll say that I don't like, as an attorney, if I'm reviewing this, I don't like the fact that there's tons of items in the back of the squad car. I know that the suspect is handcuffed, but we don't know what's in there. There could be pins that could be used to escape the handcuffs. There could be potentially a weapon. There's just bags in the back of the squad car, and that is sloppy.
Put your feet in.
So as we go to this footage from inside of the squad car, we see the suspect whimpering in the back for a little bit, but he's not left alone for long before he decides to jump into action. The window that divides the back of the car and the front is open, and the keys are in the ignition. When he sees that, he leaps into action. He's skinny enough that he can pull the cuffs out to the front, freeing his hands. He looks behind and then dives forward into the front of the squad car. Once he goes through that window, there's no going back. He's facing jail time. He's having a mental episode, and he decides he's not going to wait around to find out. He crawls into the front of the squad car, and then he takes it on a high-speed chase. Look at the reactions of these officers when they realize what's happening.
Fella, he just stole the patrol car.
So now we have a stolen cop car going at max speed, and what the officers are going to do is they're communicating on the radio to get spike strips laid out as many places as possible ahead of the direction he's driving. Spike strips are necessary to stop vehicles in high-speed chases like this, and it's much more safe than the pit maneuver when you're driving in speeds of excess of 70 miles per hour. However, the end result of using spike strips at this speed is deadly.
Coming at you, Jay. First car.
The first officer to attempt to use the spike strip is a little too late, and in that case, we see him drive right past it. This is the second attempt, and the suspect narrowly avoids it. Let's watch that again.
393.
on stop sticks.
This, throw a circle on it. This right here is the spike strip. Look at how close he gets to hitting it. But the car is still functional and the chase continues.
He missed him. Continuing eastbound.
And this is the inside dash cam footage. The suspect can hear the cops communicating while he's driving.
One of the Chargers take lead on this. We're running out on fuel.
Did he get him?
Are you the lead vehicle?
A few miles ahead, the officers set up the third and final spike strip.
Is that what you said? No. You want me to take this?
The officer has the strip on a rope so that he can pull it back.
You got the keys in it? I don't have a vehicle. Good sticks. Good sticks. We got to take it.
The suspect did not survive after hitting the semi. As you can see from the final officer that was arriving on scene, the car hit the back of the semi at such an incredible speed that it knocked the trailer off the road. Reviewing this, I think that the police officers did a good job, except for one who was careless. They were careless in leaving items in the back of the car. They were careless in leaving the window open. They were careless in leaving the keys in the ignition. Because this suspect was left unsupervised, he ended up losing his life. Do I think any charges should be pressed? Absolutely not. But there's always an opportunity for law enforcement to improve. That's going to do it for this breakdown. My name is Josh. I'm an attorney licensed in multiple states. And on this channel, I am not your lawyer. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more breakdowns. We have videos on things like evictions, arrests, how not to get a ticket when you get pulled over. As always, stay safe, guys.